know this starts right away. So people coming in late, you probably fast forward the first minute or so before I'll actually start talking if you're watching it later. I am going to make sure that my angle is right. All right. Hang on 1 second while I tweet it out. Nope, not that. Oh, my folks. Share. To Twitter. Nope, not to there. That's twice now. Folks, YouTube should let you share it before you start streaming. Share to Twitter. And we're off. Welcome, whoever's here. I would encourage you to chat if you can. It makes my life easier. Otherwise, I just talk to myself the entire time. And that gets rather boring. The only problem is that I haven't had a chance to do much of anything since my car cast this morning and since my drive home yesterday. I really haven't watched much more about the house guests. I've watched a little bit. Hello, David. Well, yeah. You mean the Instagram thing? My little Instagram rant? I never watched the videos either. That was my choice. My choice was, well, I guess I can kind of listen to that on the way home, or I can do this. And I opted for this. So I will not be watching those videos until later. Diane, I'm sorry if I didn't see it. Honestly, I was doing what I shouldn't do, which is I was kind of watching it while I was driving, and I was responding with voice to text. And I did pull over a couple of times because I was stopping to do things, but I apologize for not seeing your comment. Yours was first. Well, there's your problem. You were too quick. Yeah, and I figured it out, obviously. And as soon as I did the button that the person told me to do, and it started spinning, I'm like, oh, I remember this, because honest to goodness, the last time I used Instagram for anything was when Ovi watched the video I made pretending to be him. Yeah, and Ovi did an Instagram story while he watched my video and laughed about it, and so I jumped on and I recorded it. So I actually downloaded his videos. I mean, I got that far. I went to Instagram. I used an app to download the recordings. So I have the recordings of Ovi's Instagrams. But, you know, that's the last time I did it. Instagram just isn't a very good medium for me. At least I don't think it is for what I do. Twitter is much more appropriate. But that's neither here nor there at this point. But I did kind of tick off a couple of people. It's like, stop complaining and then being mad that people are trying to help you. It's like, yeah, I get it. But I'm also a guy that when I call a support number, it's like, I've tried that. I even cut off one of my own folks today who started to try to give me a. It's like, dude, I know how to do all those things. Don't you think I've done all those things before I start griping? All right, so I'll shut up now and like I'm griping and complaining. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. I don't know why I'm yelling. I think you can hear me fairly clearly through my earbuds. Happy Friday. Oh, here's a question. You all can tell me. I could pull off at the McDonald's up here and get an iced tea if you'd like. There are those of you that are used to me going through and getting a sweet tea. I could do the McDonald's thing and get a tea. Would you like? Would that entertain you? Would that be like old times, like old Periscope times? We're really bouncing around on the number of follower or watchers. I'm wondering if there's a problem with the connection. We've gone up to 14 and then down to 7, or else I'm just annoying people and they're dipping out. Which that would be fine too. Pick you up a Dr. Pepper? Yeah, I think the ice would melt and it would get warm before you had a chance to get it. Hi, John. It's choppy like I'm cutting in and out. Are you saying the video quality is choppy, or are you saying the audio quality is choppy? I had to dip. I had to dip for a second. Hey, Jacob. Yeah, I have. I must be jumping cell towers or something. Okay. Well, hopefully, I don't know how that works on the replay if it gets choppy there too. Yeah, you'd think heading through where I'm driving, Jacob, you would think it wouldn't be a dead zone, but it is what it is. Well, this is all well and good, except for I'm going to hit a dead zone later. You started a Big Brother draft. Cool. Thank you, Cheryl. We'll work it out. And hello, John, by the way. I'm glad I think you got the alert. I'm all buttoned up, John, and ready for my vacation. And yet I didn't leave work until 6:45, so there you go. But I think I have everything done. I'm going to have to do a couple of things tonight when I get home. Maybe something tomorrow. But then I truly do think that I will not have to do any work over break. We need we need to do a 5-8 draft. I mean, you need to do something among just our little sequester family, Jacob. You didn't get an alert. Okay, well, I don't know. I tweeted it out. You'd think Renee could maybe do it. Maybe we should ask Renee if she'd do a draft for us. No, that's not fair to Renee. I don't want to ask anybody to run a draft because it's a lot of work. You just followed me here from Twitter. Well, there you go, Jacob. That works. All right, I'm going to go get an iced tea. I'm not getting you a Dr. Pepper, though. Just an iced tea. So this is the exit I usually get on at. We'll do this, and then I'll drive home. Yeah, but the problem is with Twitter notifications, that means you get a notification every freaking time I tweet, don't you, Jacob? That's going to be really annoying because sometimes I go on a tear. So if you got notifications on for anybody, I appreciate you having them on for me. But oh my God, I would drive myself insane if I got a pop-up every time I tweeted. Yes, Emily. Will I be doing any? I'm sure I will do. I don't know if I'll do any YouTube, John. I don't know. You have me on Twitter. Yeah, you're crazy. I don't know if I'll do any YouTube. I will probably do a couple of car casts because I can record those wherever. Well, thank you for keeping up. All right, we're at the drive-through. Remember now, just like when I was doing them on Periscope, once I pull up here, you guys got to be quiet. No talking. And I'm just going to get a large iced tea with, I don't know, how do I say it? Not light ice, but yeah, light ice. All right, here we go. Shh, quiet, 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 quiet. No. Just need to get a large iced tea with light ice, please. That's it. Thank you. So last year they jacked up the prices. It used to be 107 at this drive-through, but now it's 139. I mean, I used to, and it's 107 in other places in town, but this drive-through, they cranked up the prices. But they're also paying like $14.50 an hour here. I saw it was advertised. Okay, quiet, pulling up to the window. Hello. That is me. Bear with me for a second, because I'm going to give you a ton of change. Something you don't get much anymore, I'm sure. And we dump our change on you? Okay. Here's one. And now I'm down to dimes and nickels. So 30. You said 139? All right. My cup is not going to rattle as much now. I think that's it. All right. You have a good one. Thank you. All right. We have paid. And I've emptied out my change cup a little bit. And we're 10 minutes into my car count. Oh, wow. Yep. Thank you very much. There we go. On the road. My first iced tea on YouTube Live. You guys were all here for it. Amazing. All right. There's a whopping 11 of you here. I don't think I'm ever going to be a YouTube star. Yep, I like my McDonald's drinks. I had it at lunch today, too. Taco Bell is hiring. Whoa. Straight tea. I don't know. I usually put a little bit of lemonade in it. Just a little, but not this time. Okay, what do you guys want to talk about? Ask me questions. What do you want to know? Do you want thoughts? What do you want? What are your thoughts? What do you guys think about the house guests? Are you excited? I am excited. I really am. I do think it's going to be a good cast. I do think it will be fun. And for those of you that said those Instagram videos are boring, I think I understand they're not going to be very good, but even just seeing them talking and interacting will give me a little bit better feel than the just plain old bios. I think I saw a video of Christian. I've seen a video of a few of the people from their own social media stuff, and it's like that makes you feel a little bit more connected with them. So even these Instagram videos will help a little bit once I get to see them. After I stop complaining about it. Optimistic once again. You are. We all are. Christy is giving you Christmas vibes. Yeah. Well, I mean, she is much like Christmas. She's a recruit. So she's a self-starter. She's out there pushing herself. She's a self-promoter, and so I think those personalities are going to seem similar. She's grinding it out. She's out hustling, and that's what Christmas is too. Christmas is a hustler. So I can see how they would be similarities between them. Whoa, man, that car just wow. Okay, that car just cut over. All right, folks, we are about a minute or so from the real dead zone. So yesterday it cut out on me the point where I got a notification. I didn't get notifications for the earlier cutout, so I may not know if I cut out, but we'll just play it by ear. This is the problem with my drive. Verizon is not very friendly. You're going to say this season will be better than the last. I agree. Hey, Nick, good to see you, buddy. I agree. I think this season will be better than next or than last. Yes. Yeah, I'm just hoping they aren't, and we know they are. And I'm going to do some double talk here because I will not know what all you have seen or not seen. So until somebody comments again, I'm just kind of hanging in here. It told me I had to reconnect. Don't know how many people I lost, and I don't know where I dropped out. So I'm in a holding pattern here, waiting until I see comments that think I'm back. Or I'm going to talk about generic stuff like this is Friday, and this is heavy traffic day on the interstate. So a lot of people. I'm driving towards Chicago, and the traffic, and it's 2 lanes here, and it's a bit crazy. Yeah, Jacob, I don't know. This is just a tad north of town, but it always drops in here. But for phone calls and stuff, it's fine. But for streaming video, yeah, not so much. And there's actually, I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually 2 cell towers here, one on the right and one on the left. So I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by Verizon that, you know, Christy is a hustler just as much like Christmas is, so I can see the same vibe, and I'm not surprised by it. And then I started to say something else, and then I got cut off. I think Diane said something that I was responding to, but then the video went to hell. So now I've lost my train of thought. I I do think that this year will be better than last year. I just hope they are not being totally brainwashed with Big Brother 16, but I fear they are being. And they are going to be acting like they think they should act and not like they want to act, at least some of them. And that will annoy me because they will expect the expected and not play their own game. I truly wish one year they would not have them watch the videos. I would have them just watch whatever you want. Here, watch anything. You just did a whole cast analysis. I'm very excited for the show. Nick, where did you do the cast analysis? And Jacob, you know Nick, right? You guys know each other, right? Jacob and Nick. I agree. They should not. I don't think they should give many seasons to watch. Okay, I wanted to make sure you guys. I mean, you guys do know each other, so I wanted to make sure that you realize you were both here. Hey, Nick, if you did an analysis that I can share, tweet it at me, buddy, and I will gladly retweet it. Actually, what I kind of want to do is I want to see if anybody wants to write about Big Brother this year. And I will gladly offer up my BigBrotherGossip.com as a place where they can write whatever they want. Yeah. Yes, Jake, Nick, link me, especially this year when I don't even have a podcast that I'm doing. Yeah, send out the link and I'll gladly share it. I'm not going to retweet Rob's podcast stuff, but I will retweet other people's. And it's not because I'm trying to, I mean, Rob's got enough. He's doing fine on his own. I don't need to promote Rob, but other people need a little bit of promotion. Don't promote you with a good time. Wait, what? Don't tempt you with a good time. What do you mean, Jacob? I'm confused. I may have lost that thing. Yeah, Nick, of course. I mean, Nick, if you wanted to write some, are you doing any kind of a write up, or is it just oh, yeah, Jacob, if you wanted to, you'd be more than welcome to. I'm serious. I pay nothing, but I'm serious. All I used to do for people was I would buy the live feeds for them, but even that is like, okay, well, I could. I mean, if you want me to send you $15 to pay for your live feeds for the season, Jacob, and you're willing to write for the season, I will gladly do it. That's and obviously every time you do one, it gets some views, but we're not talking mega views. Yeah, but I'm saying if you didn't, I would do that for you. I'll Venmo you $15, Jacob, if you want. I'm just saying if it would make you feel better, it'll pay for the cost of your live feeds. I'm just saying, guys, I'm offering, well, that's what it costs, right? I'll send you $15. Yeah, ping me. John, I think didn't I comp you on the live feeds the first year and you hush up. Oh crap, I gotta create a ticker again because my ticker person quit. I gotta create a cast thing that I gotta update like I did last year now because my person that did it quit on me. Left me high and dry. Got everybody used to it and then decided not to do it anymore. Oh, you guys. No, seriously, if anybody wants to write, just to have a place to express themselves, I will gladly give you an account that you can post on BigBrotherGossip.com. Yes. All right. I guess I'll forgive him, John. Yeah, no, I'm totally teasing, John. You know that. I wouldn't even ask you to do that. That was something that you kind of had an interest in doing, but I know that interest has waned, and it's totally understandable. The burnout is real. Robin. So yeah, sure. Let's touch on that for a second. I'll gladly talk about anything anybody wants to. This is an ask me anything kind of a car cast thing. I mean, I'll talk about the cast, but I will talk about anything you guys want. So I've done this, I've explained this to other people, but I will explain it again. And you can go to right now, bigbrothergossip.com, and there's a write up there from me. But the gist of it is look, if you listen to the podcast, you know that the last couple of years, it's been a struggle for me, um, for a number of reasons. the Doing the show has been a bit of a struggle. Um, yep, I know, David. And I just decided really last November and December. Yes, John. Last November and December, I really kind of came to the decision that I can't do it this year. I just can't do it. I really just said I'm done. I just like I'm done. I can't do the podcast anymore. I'm not saying never because you should never say never, but I just decided I just can't do it. Now I didn't say. I told about a month ago. I called Scott, and that's unusual because Scott and I talk on the phone about once a year. So I said, Scott, can I call you? And he knew right away what it was going to be about. Um, and so I said, I just called him and said, look, I can't. I thought about it. I've gone in circles, and I just can't do the podcast this year. It's just I need a break. I can't do it. It's just it's not fun. I'm not enjoying myself, and it's stressing me out, and it's not fair to my family and everyone that I'm stressing out about something that you know I love talking about Big Brother. Look, I'm doing it right now. But the amount of work that went into it, the amount of time spent, and then the just sitting for 3 or 4 hours every Saturday night. We lost the ability to do the live show. We didn't have a live audience, so I didn't have live people to bounce off of. I couldn't see people commenting and listening, and it wouldn't have been live again this year. All of those things combined, it was like, yeah, no. I mean, look at this. I feed off the live, the live interaction. So I said, you guys can do it. Do whatever you want. It is Scott's podcast. He's the one who came up with the idea for the podcast years ago. It was Scott saying, hey, Mike, do you want to do a podcast? And I said, sure, let's do it. And then we got a couple other people. We got Ash and we got, what's her name? Wasn't Diane. I can't think of her name right now. Hamsterdam. The four of us did it. And, and then it changed. And then people left and came, and Colette came on board. Karen also did it for a little bit, but yeah. And so I thought Colette and Scott would just continue and do it. And then Colette and Scott talked and they decided not to do it. So that was their decision. And I didn't even know about it. Scott told me after they announced it last Friday. He said, by the way, we announced that we're not doing the podcast this year. And I went, oh, okay. So that's how that went down, which is fine. I was totally good with Scott and Colette continuing. I would have promoted it. Um, but they decided not to. So that's what that is. But I still do so many ways I talk about it. I understand though, this is not the same. This is not the same as the three of us riffing off each other and talking about it and laughing and drinking. So I'm not pretending that this is the same thing, and this isn't everyone's cup of tea either. So that's the story. I think I said about the same thing on my post on Big Brother Gossip. Season 16. Yeah, Melissa, I know. I appreciate it. And trust me, I told you, I'm dead serious. I'm not happy either. It didn't give me joy to come to that decision. I feel bad for letting people down. I felt bad for letting Scott down. I really felt bad for letting Scott down. Yeah, Jacob, it's a lot of work. I mean, and Nick just said he just did one, and I know he's done one with a friend before too. You don't people that and I think most of you guys here know the amount of work because you've seen me heard me talk about it. But there's a lot of people out there that just have no clue. I mean, I've even talked about it in the past. It's gone now because the iTunes settings changed. But when we we've on a different iTunes feed than we were. But on the original iTunes feed that we were on, one of my kids actually did a review. Right, Nick. So one of my kids did an iTunes review because somebody said you need to do it more than once a week. And my son actually, and this is my son, this is like when he was probably, I don't know, 13 or 14 years old. He said, no, I don't want to. Please don't ask my dad to do it more than this because it's already too much. And that was his review that he put up on iTunes. It's gone now because that particular version of the thing got taken down. We redid it. But yeah, it was kind of funny, and we didn't even know he did it. And he told me, I was like, okay, got it. We're all good. But yeah, when your kid is putting up a review saying, please don't ask my dad to do it more. Oh yes. And that kid is now, oh, it was funny. It was totally funny when he did it. And that kid is now just landed in Miami. He's at a wedding today. He's he's uh he's with friends that I mean he's a college graduate. He went with friends. So yes, time changes. And he will be in Vegas with me on Monday. So he's flying from California or from Florida to Vegas. You guys gotta have some Big Brother questions. I like reminiscing with everybody that's here. I mean, you guys want to? If you want me to talk about the cast, I can talk about the cast. I have seen a little bit more. Jacob or Nick, preseason favorite? Well, I really want to like Frenchie, but you guys tell me. Jacob and Nick are both from the sequester community. Is there any dirt on Frenchie? There's rumors, but is there really any legitimate dirt on Frenchie, or is it just rumors? And for you guys, I will say I believe some of the rumors or dirt is that he may have sent inappropriate messages to people. Yeah, that's the thing. I've seen rumors, but nothing else, and so I don't want to throw out things. And his friend is I got to message his friend. One of his friends messaged me and said I'm running his thing. I'm running his Twitter account, and I'd like to work with you. And so it's like I want to reach out to him, but I also don't want to get in something where I get suddenly, I get a victim of it. Okay, that's what I wonder, Nick. It's like, okay, is this legit or not? It's such a weird, strange world. And then the sequester part of it's like, oh my God, there's a lot of people in sequester that did a lot of things that got them in trouble. But I've not seen anything. I've seen things about Travis that got done. Yeah, nothing but rumors. Well, then I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna take a winger. So I would like to see Frenchie do well. One house guest was posted online and then changed. Yeah, that Garrett guy. Yeah, Travis has got that weird thing that video that I came across that was on Barstool that looks like it's a fake video, but it really portrays as him being a total douchebag. And I'm like, but he's acting, right? And I felt stupid asking the question, but it's like, but it's one of those, it's like this is Spinal Tap video. It's like, wait, this is fake. Yeah, and yeah, John, yes, we talked about that. There was a guy named Garrett that was up there, and he was replaced with Christian. and they looked similar, so it's very strange. No, no one knows why Garrett didn't make it. No one knows what happened, and we may never know. Azah mentioning Allison in June. Oh yeah, I know. There was some decent references to, um, there were decent, really deep dives that a couple of the house guests made in their interviews. I thought, okay, like Frenchie's comment that his favorite duo was um, Rachel and what's her name's hair extensions. I mean, that was funny. I know that's what Barstool does, and that's what I thought, but I actually picked that up because someone else tweeted it like it was legit. And I'm thinking, no, this isn't legit. This is fake. This is a total fake. But damn it, people are going to start quoting it at some point. Yep, I think there are some fans. I think Joe Frazier's son is a recruit, is a definite recruit, just like Christy. But I think Christy could be entertaining. I think Joe could be entertaining. I don't know about Brittany, yeah. Yes, that is Twitter's favorite thing to do, which is why I will never be on Big Brother, because John would come out with all the dirt on me as soon as he saw I was on it. So no way in hell am I going to. And Jacob and Nick would talk about things. They'd pull up my DMs that I'd had with them and say, oh, look what Mike said to me in a DM. Yeah, I retweeted someone today that said the comment that they said about Brittany's going to be the one saying, guys, we can't do this. Guys, we can't do that. The unreleased podcast episodes would surface. Yes. The outtakes. Scott would have the outtakes from the podcast. Oh, yeah. Oh, Colette would love that. Yeah, no, I dream about being on Big Brother. I mean, I literally dream about being on Big Brother, but I would never be on Big Brother. I haven't had a dream for a while. I did have a dream within the past probably month and a half where, I mean, in the dream, I was in the Big Brother house and I was thinking about how I'd always dreamed about being here, but this time it was real kind of a thing. I have these dreams every once in a while. It's when you know you've been watching the live feeds too much. You'd like to see Twitter try to cancel you. Oh, and by the way, someone asked if I'm excited about the live feeds. So, guys, hello, Kruda. Hey, good to see you. Um, and I'm getting close to home, guys, but you can scroll back in the live on this. When I do YouTube live, I know you can kind of scroll back to see what you've missed. Um, the um, crap. Oh, the live feeds. So I am going to be in Las Vegas starting Monday. I fly to Las Vegas Tuesday. Um, my wife and I are getting married by Elvis. We're getting remarried by Elvis, renewing our vows. That is actually our wedding anniversary. Those of you that have listened to the podcast know I've never seen her either. So, David, you're no different than me. I met her sister in person, but I have never seen her. Um, anyways, we'll be getting married by Elvis in Vegas, and Thursday we are doing a helicopter ride from Vegas to the Grand Canyon, and it is a twilight thing. So chances are I am not going to be watching I probably won't be watching the live feeds live when they premiere. I may be out doing things with my kids, with one of my kids, because two of my kids are going to leave the next day. They're going to be gone Wednesday, but one of my kids is staying in Vegas, and so I may be out doing things with him or something. I may just say, you know what, I have to take a pass this year on the live feeds and just miss the very beginning and make up for it later. So, yeah. So I may actually miss the live feeds for the first time. Yep, thanks, Nick. I'm hoping it'll be fun. It's going to be my wife and I and our three kids, and it should be a blast. We don't gamble, and it's not like, oh, it's against our religion. We just don't as generally gamble. And who knows, we may just all take $100 and go do something and lose it really quick. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm almost home. Those of you that got here late, you can rewind and watch it. Those of you that have never seen me before, look, I will talk a lot more about Big Brother once it's actually started. Trust me, I have opinions. You can follow me on Twitter at BBGOSSIP if you aren't already. I do what will be a daily, Monday through Friday at least, audio podcast. You can go to any of your favorite podcasting apps and search for Mike's Big Brother CarCast, or you can go to BigBrotherGossip.com. The upper left-hand side of that, if you go on a computer, has the links to it. I mean, there's a billion ways to find it. If you think you don't get enough of me, those of you that are sad that we're not doing a Big Brother Gossip show this year, if you think you don't get enough of me, then you obviously, well, okay, maybe you've got a problem. But there are a lot of ways to get a lot of content from me. You've got the CarCast, you've got this YouTube live that I'm sticking with, that I will do most every day, and Twitter. And as I said, I may write a little bit on BigBrotherGossip.com, but don't hold me to it. But I may have other people do it as well, right, Jacob? Right, Nick? Maybe, huh? Thank you for the wish about having a good time in Vegas. I plan on it. I appreciate it. And with that, folks, I am pulling into my garage. I got my mail. Lastly, I will do one more plug. Those of you that want to support me in my ventures, because I will not be doing any kind of patrons for the Big Brother Gossip Show, since there isn't one this year. If you choose to, if you would like to support me, you can support me, because I have a Patreon account too, which I have had for a couple of years. You can go to patreon.com/BBGOSSIP, same as my Twitter account, and you can become a patron of me. And I have a whopping 11 last I looked, and I appreciate everyone. Matter of fact, one of them was here. Emily is one of my patrons, and there may have been others popping in, but I thank them and I appreciate them, and it's very cool. And you can do any amount. Some people are doing $1. Some people are doing probably more. Some people are doing, I think I may have a couple that are doing $10. It's just a monthly charge. There is no per episode thing or anything like that. It's just a simply flat monthly charge. But if you want to, you don't have to. There's a minimal exclusive content, and by minimal I mean like once every year or two. I did do a write-up about my trip I posted some pictures from Italy, I think, when I went a couple of years ago. And I've written a couple of things. I did tell my patrons when I was going to be on sequester last year ahead of time. That was a thing. But that's it. Okay, now I'm done talking. Thanks again, guys. Be well. Gotta go. Bye.